We've had a South Carolina magnitude 3.3 earthquake felt by thousands there. 5,009 people have reported it as feeling it to USGS. It shakes part of North Carolina and Tennessee, and it's not far from the Florida border. This is the shake map. As we see, USGS basically stops it at a square, and we have it just southeast of the Appalachian Mountains, and this is that right down there was the Florida border. It's going into North Carolina and parts of eastern Tennessee. Those are the Appalachian Mountains, as we can see. This is a shake map of the area. As we know, it's very low-lying. I've been to North Carolina. I've been to South Carolina. It's very low-lying. I remember we were caught there. We had a worldwide meeting in one of the hotels there on the coast, and it was raining. We had a blackout. Of course, it was mesmerizing to see the plantation colonial buildings, but I was very worried about the fact that it was so low-lying. Let's take a look, and soft. Let's take a look at the maps. This is it right here, magnitude 3.3, a very shallow earthquake, 3.1 kilometers. This is only the earthquakes above 2.5 magnitude. I didn't take a look at the smaller ones, but okay. Oh, we had another one as well there. Okay. It's one on top of the other, so it's a quake swarm. Sorry about that. I should have seen that. There's two more earthquakes there, right there. Right there. Okay. Two more. 1.8, 1.6, just about the same depth. This was at 8:32 in the morning. This was okay, at afternoon. This was close to noon, and this was right after noon time. So basically, it's a quake swarm, as we can see. Sorry about that. I should have seen that. I doubt that anybody recorded feeling these. Well, they did. 35 people reported feeling them. I guess they were alert because of the fact that they had the 3.3. This is 1.6. 7 people reported feeling that. And this is the, as we saw before, the shake map right there and the aerial. And you can see all this is very low-lying. And when it rains, of course, all this gets flooded. I've been there when that happened. Not only flooded, but the hotel had a blackout, and we were there for like 5 days for a worldwide meeting, and all they could give us to eat was toast and jam. The refrigerators weren't even working. But anyway, sorry about that. Let's go back to what's going on there. So earthquakes since at least 1776. People living inland in North and South Carolina and in adjacent parts of Georgia and Tennessee have felt small earthquakes and suffered damage from infrequent larger ones. The largest quakes in the area, magnitude 5.1, occurred in 1916. Moderate damaging earthquakes strike the inland Carolinas very few decades, and smaller earthquakes are felt about once each year or two. And as we, oh sorry, that's my cooker, okay. As we said before, let me show you how many people felt this. Okay, no, that's the little one. Sorry about that. Let's go back to the other one. Okay, this one. Okay, this one here, the 3.3. Oh, more have reported it. 5,014 people reported it to USGS. So over maybe 10,000 have felt it, if not more. So earthquakes there, although less frequent than in the western United States, are typically felt over a much broader region. East of the Rockies, an earthquake can be felt over an area as much as 10 times larger than a similar magnitude earthquake on the west coast. A magnitude 4 eastern earthquake typically can be felt in many places as far as 60 miles from where it occurred, and it frequently causes damage near its source. Magnitude 5.5 eastern U.S. earthquakes can be felt as far as 300 kilometers from where it occurred. Now the faults. Earthquakes everywhere occur on faults within bedrock, usually miles deep. And I'm going to show you what I saw there on the map concerning quarries. Usually miles deep, most bedrock beneath the inland Carolinas was assembled as continents collided to form a supercontinent about 500 to 300 million years ago, raising the Appalachian Mountains. Most of the rest bedrock formed when the supercontinent rifted apart 200 million years ago to form what are now the northeastern United States, the Atlantic, and Europe. At well-studied plate boundaries like San Andreas Fault System in California, often scientists can determine the name of the specific fault that's responsible for an earthquake, but in contrast, east of the Rocky Mountains, this is rarely the case. The inland Carolinas region is far from the nearest plate boundaries, which are in the center of the Atlantic Ocean, and in the Caribbean, the region is laced with known faults, but numerous smaller or deeply buried faults remain undetected. Okay, now, wherever we have, these are the Appalachian Mountains, this is the folding right there. Wherever we have rivers, they are fault lines. Okay, that's the first thing you learn in geology. Geology 101. I only took one geology course in college, but that was really powerful. And you can see all these things here, all these things here, all these things here are fault lines. Wherever you have a river, it's a fault line. But let's go in to see what is there, what I found. Okay, that's where they pinpoint the epicenter. Look at these. These are lakes and fault lines you can see right there. Okay, more lakes there. Let's go in a little bit. Okay, a lot of neighborhoods there, developments. These are lakes. That's a lake. Little lakes. That's a lake. And what's there? What are these? To me, these look like quarries. If anybody lives there around Columbus, where were we? Is that Columbus? Sorry, forget the name of the city. Where are we? Let's pull out a little bit. We're still close. Columbia. Okay, Columbia. And going back to the aerial, to me it looks like there's quarries there. Right there. This thing here across the street, the highway, this thing here, okay? I don't know what that is. That looks like an airfield right there. If anybody lives around there, around Columbia, South Carolina, please let us know what these things are. That's an airstrip. Okay. Oh, that's too far. Okay. But this to me looks like a quarry. It did not say that this is a man-made quarry earthquake. It just says it's a natural earthquake. And you can't see there. Okay. I was trying to see if there's a river. There's no river close by. But all of you there, please be very careful. And also, remember that what we said in past videos concerning this area, this is a rift valley. This thing here, this thing here, this thing here, all the way here, Mississippi River. This is the New Madrid seismic zone. It should be called the New Madrid Rift Valley because this is basically sloughing off towards the southeast. These are undersea water volcanoes. There's 30 seamounts there, just off New England and Maine. Maine has 5 volcanoes. This is a mantle plume under there that's been there for about 990 million years, about 1 billion years. That's one of the oldest mantle plumes on the Earth. There's magma there, but they don't know where it's coming from. And it's a horseshoe-shaped magma, and the western part goes like this into Kansas, Oklahoma, into Texas, and then goes west. And the other arm goes like this under the New Madrid seismic zone, Rift Valley, going like this. Wherever you have rift valleys, you have magma that's rifting because of the magma that's growing there. And let's go to the Great Rift Valley of Africa. And let's remember this already sloughed off. And that's another rift valley here, the Great Rift Valley of Africa. A lot of opening there, and earthquakes and volcanoes. And this one goes this way, also into the Transjordanian Fault that goes up through the Dead Sea, the Sea of Galilee, the Red Sea, Dead Sea, Sea of Galilee. Remember that the Sea of Galilee, since we're here, is a volcanic lake. Where are we? Pulled out too much. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, there's the Sea of Galilee, is a volcanic lake. Remember that we have a lot of hot spring baths around there since antiquity. Even the Romans built them up and they used to take their hot spring baths there because there's magma underneath. Wherever you have hot spring baths, you've got magma underneath. So Galilee, the Sea of Galilee is a volcanic lake. So that is what's happening there in our North Carolina area. And keep in mind that we do have earthquakes there. It's getting, to me, it seems like it's getting more active on the East Coast. Anyway, all of you there, please be very careful. Leave your comments. Thank you so much for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.